Hello, my dear students. I'm so glad you're watching this video because the secret sauce to get great marks in the essay is writing great points. So, therefore, we are going to discuss a very important essay today, and I'm going to teach you some wonderful points that you can write in this essay and also few vocabularies that you can include to get great marks. So, the essay is on shutting down art galleries and museums because now the internet has free access to history. So, without any further ado, let's begin this essay. Let's read the question once and try to understand what the question is. Some people claim that public museums and art galleries will not be needed because people can see historical objects and works of art by using a computer. Do you agree or disagree with this opinion? So, people are saying because of the advancement in technology, we can view all these historical objects and works of art by using a computer. So, why have a museum? So, either we have to agree or we have to disagree. We can't do both. Okay. So let's write agree one side and disagree on the other side. And we have to brainstorm first and see in which side do we have a lot of points. And accordingly only we will start writing. Okay. So if you agree that we can access all the information on the computer, so what is the benefit of that? You can write it is a convenient and easy way to access the information where we can stay inside the four corners of our house and without stepping out we can view these places. We can do passive tourism where we can just sit at our home and we can transport ourselves into a completely different place and get an experience. Another point that we can think of why these museums and art galleries should be shut down is because a lot of money should be spent on maintenance. Because these museums and art galleries are usually really large. So, a lot of money has to be spent on maintenance, and that could be an additional burden on the government. Okay, now let's think about why these museums and art galleries should not be shut down. So the first thing is it preserves the objects of history, isn't it? Otherwise, where are you going to keep it? It serves as a repository. So repository means a place where you can preserve things. So it serves as a repository to preserve objects of history. If any place has a museum or art gallery, how is it going to help that particular city or place? It helps to promote tourism. Yes, and therefore it helps to generate revenue. If a place has no museums, no art galleries, nothing to visit, so how are they going to make money? How are they going to attract tourists to that particular place? And another thing, see, if you are watching something over a screen, you get only a one-dimensional view of that. But if you're going to go and look at the real artifact, you're going to get a three-dimensional view of that particular thing, and that experience is unmatched. You cannot match that experience with anything else, isn't it? Also, another thing is we can include technology in these museums and make it even more a better experience for people and make it more interactive. So we needn't shut these public art galleries and museums. Okay, so while doing this brainstorming, we figured out that there are more points in disagree which are quite strong as compared to the agree one. So we are going to disagree. We want to disagree, saying no, these museums and art galleries should not be shut down just because we can view those artifacts on a computer. So I'm going to write at least 4 points in disagree, and I could write 2 points on agree, but stating that some other people agree, because I am completely disagreeing, so I can't agree. So I will say some other people agree and write the refute paragraph. I have written a sample answer, so we can go through that, and if you're feeling confused, I think it is going to bring a lot more clarity. So the first paragraph is definitely the introduction paragraph. The introduction paragraph is going to have 3 sentences. First will be a general statement on the topic internet, because it is the topic word expansion. The next sentence will be paraphrasing the question. So the question has to be written in some other words, and you have to give your opinion. This is how the format of an essay has to be followed, from something very general to then something very specific. Now let's read the introduction. With the advent of internet. So what does the word advent mean? Advent means with the emergence of, or with the arrival of internet, there has been a drastic revolution in the way people access information. Yes, isn't that true? In the past, we used to access information either by going to a library or maybe reading a book. But now there has been a drastic revolution in the way how people access information. Therefore, some people opine that. So, meaning of the word opine means have an opinion. Or you can write some people think that, or some people believe that museums and art galleries have become inessential or unimportant in the 21st century, as they can view these artifacts through the internet. So if you saw here, the same question I have paraphrased and written in my own words. Now I'm going to write my opinion. I completely disagree with the opinion that these museums should be shut down and they have become inessential, as I believe that these places of exhibit play a profound role in society. My opinion would be justified further. Okay, so I hope the introduction paragraph is clear. We are going to go to the first body paragraph, where I am going to justify stating that why these museums are important. It is imperative. It is imperative is it is important, or it is vital. If you notice in my videos, I keep repeating the same words over and over again, so that these words get imbibed and you can use them easily in the examination. So it is imperative to have museums and galleries because they provide an insight into human history. That is the first point. They preserve objects of historical and scientific importance by serving as a repository of rare items. So I taught you in the beginning, repository means a place where something is stored. So because there are these museums and galleries, we can store such rare items of history safely, because they are the true wealth of any country. Amy Hawkins, so she is a senior correspondent for The Guardian. So she has said that Museums are the guardians of our collective memory, the storytellers of human achievement, and a catalyst for future generations. So that is why it is vital to have museums, because not only do they serve as a repository for rare items, but they are also the storytellers of human achievement and also the mistakes that people have done in the past. So it is a reminder for us that we don't make the same mistakes again. Therefore, museums are a powerful tool for education. Okay, now coming to body 2 paragraph. Again, I am going to justify why museums and art galleries should not be shut down. The galleries also create a rewarding and memorable experience of viewing these artifacts in 3 dimensions. And a one-dimensional view from a computer can never match that experience. Moreover, having museums and such places can create great economical impact to a place, because it helps to generate tourism and it greatly benefits the locals as well as the authorities, because they can generate money, and also it can help the GDP of that particular country. For instance, Europe has a lot of cathedrals, museums, and galleries, which not only help in reflecting their rich culture but also attracts a large number of tourists from all over the globe. Therefore, it is a win-win situation. It reflects on their culture, it serves as a repository for the artifacts, and also helps to generate tourism. Also, instead of shutting down the museums, these museums should embrace modern technology. Embrace means accept, and transform these places of just viewing and learning to places of interaction and active engagement. So, usually, normally, when we go to these museums, we just view and learn. But if these museums embrace technology, they become places of interaction and active engagement. People will be more engaged and want to learn a lot more because technology is involved. Therefore, by incorporating augmented reality, that is these VR and other advancements, we can provide an enriching experience to the visitors. VR is virtual reality. So by using such medium, we can make it an enriching experience for the visitors. So hence, this museum should not be shut down, but rather improved. Now we've spoken a lot about why these museums should not be shut down, but we also have to write a refute paragraph on what some other people believe. However, there are others who counter argue, stating that the maintenance of these places of archives means the place where things are stored, can mint a hole in the pockets of the authorities. So, mint a hole in the pocket is a phrase which means can be expensive. The maintenance of such places can become expensive to the authorities who own them, and such substantial amount can be used elsewhere, such as in infrastructure development or in healthcare, rather than spending all this money in the maintenance of such places. Besides this, the people can view these artifacts on the computer and needn't leave the four corners of their house. So it becomes convenient to do passive tourism and watch these artifacts at home without spending a dime. Okay, now let's go to the conclusion. Thus, in a nutshell, though computers may offer a convenient way to get information, so when you write a conclusion, you'll be like, "Ha, chalo, convenient hai." Lekin, that is how you're supposed to write. So though computers may offer a convenient way to get information, museums and art galleries or galleries are crucial as it brings history to life and shines light on the past and the future. It is rightly said that a generation which ignores history has no past and no future. Therefore, the internet can supplement to a small extent, but it cannot be a replacement to the experience that these places provide to us. It's an invaluable experience which cannot be replaced. Okay, so I hope you're more confident to attempt this question if it comes in the examination because you already know all the points and you can do a tremendous job. Share this video among your friends so that they can also learn and gain from it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do it right now. Thank you and God bless.